Hey everybody, JayborinoPlays here, welcome back. This is Legends of Arkain's second Orc book, continuing Chapter 14, Coats of Gold. This is the same map as what was in the second human book, as far as I can tell. It feels a little more so, but it's kind of hard to tell. With the second human book, I vaguely recall using air units a lot, so we're going to continue doing that here. Let's go ahead and make red dragons. And I think, I just got wiped when I went to attack... the Golden Guard base. So we have to try that again, and I think it's because they had an attack waiting and building up on their base as well in the meantime. So I suppose we're going to remake our dragons and then try this again. And let's get one more Witch Doctor, and then a Magi, and then Wardens. And we have to try to attack again soon. I mean, we could now. I think I'd rather wait for the dragons. And then further, we have consistent attacks coming from every direction. Wow. I must have sent these guys down here to deal with an air attack, which is probably why we didn't have them with our main attack. And then I just queued up even more dragons. So maybe that'll be enough in the long run. I also need to make one air unit to draw the destructors into my towers if they happen to divert to come down in this direction. Here comes Blen. How long on the dragons? They're close. So let's rally up here. And let's move up and try this one more time. We have to make sure Grofsag is in the front because we have to stun that guy, Van Doors, out of his ultimate. Naturally, the dwarves will attack us when we're doing this because they do every time. They always know. Or it's going to be Marin. And that's Marin right there. Okay, Grofsag shout. These things don't concern... They don't do enough damage to my heroes to make me even have to put down a healing ward. So this is good. We intercepted an attack. Okay, so we have dragons and dragons. Get these up here. These are gonna support us to great degree. So let's quick save, and I'll do this as many times as I have to make sure that it's performed correctly. Grofsag right in the front. Perfect.
Good one.
Okay, and we can always use Grella's ultimate in the back where necessary. Okay, dragons, come on over here. Grella, we're going to kind of move you over in this direction. Oh, he's in a not great spot. Get him, please. Please. He's getting path blocked. There we go. Okay, now flee. And now we gotta be using all of our ultimates. I'm gonna use, Grella is in the back right now, so I think she can survive for a bit of time while we do a bunch of damage. And let's debuff all these that are hitting her. Okay, that's enough. This seems like it worked, but again, that's also because it's asshole black dragons. Shocking, I know that the dwarves have chosen to attack us at this moment. Have I not lost a single unit? It looks like it. Well, right there I did. Because, again, I wanted to make I need to make a war mech that can kite around stuff where necessary. What are you guys doing down here? What are you doing? That's weird. Okay. Well, we made it into the base with Blen's help. Blen is still here, actually. So let's throw down some healing wards here and here. I need my dragons hitting the cannon towers. Let's go ahead and grab some workers. I'm going to build additional workers and just rally them up here. Here is fine. Looks like I lost a lot of my workers that were here, so yeah, we got to rebuild all of these. Ogre Magi, make your way in. I think maybe we did it? Go and destroy this so that Van Doors can't be rebuilt? Wow, this Demolisher's alive. I'm surprised it didn't take any damage. Alright, yeah, we gotta destroy this again, stop Van Doors from coming out, and then go for the castle. I accidentally built too many dragons because I forgot that I had these ones down here, so now I have 8, so we gotta use that to our advantage. So I think what I'll do is snipe this castle, and then... What I can do is snipe the castle, and then immediately go and try to attack the dwarves straight after. Seems prudent. No, go for the altars. Always the altars. Can I attack? Attack. Only the altars, my friends. There we go. Okay, production. I guess I need to clean up all the production here, too. Because there's more Golden Guard that's constantly coming down here. So we attack here. What wiped all this out? Did I have units down there? I guess some of my casters ended up down there, but that was kind of strange. Okay, we have to be careful we don't aggravate Marin, because the second we attack one of his things, he's gonna come down, and he is a mean, mean man. Well, they're sending workers from somewhere. Ah, shit. That's in a spot that we can't really get to easily. It might be worth just diving it with the dragons. I think I'm gonna have to. Okay, one more altar. Keep attacking, and I think we can defend ourselves for virtually ever against the dwarves. So let's go ahead and bring some of these workers up, and I'm going to come here and then base and then tower it. Or I'm gonna run into a bunch of destructors. Naturally, I built this thing down here thinking that they... I mean, it's hard to tell because they've still attacked down here at times. Obviously, because I sent my dragons down there at some point. Okay, good work, Glenn. Okay, well, it's a lot of money and time that's gone to waste because I can't have a lot of this stuff in the places where it needs to be. I think if there's one way, if I were to describe this mission, it's egregious. Like, this mission really is way over the top. Only because, as far as I can tell, like, the hidden town halls, that's too much. Because then you can never fully destroy a base. It will always get rebuilt unless you dive it, which I'm not thrilled to do. But go ahead. Hello? Come this way, please. I'm hoping that they'd move into my towers, but they refuse to do it. Now we have to grab another one. I'll sacrifice every single one of these dragons to kill this town hall. Every single one. Okay, we got it. We shouldn't be able to dive it like that, but we can. All right, now kill this worker. Come on. Okay. I think Golden Guard now is fully out. It's kind of hard to tell. Which I think means that I can take this base as I need to. Finally, we got rid of that. I built a bunch of workers, and they all died, unfortunately. So let's build more, and then we need more here, because we're going to send them up. And then I need witch doctors. Do I have any? I do have some here, actually, so I don't need that many. Let's get shaman. Let's go ahead and grab maulers. And then gladiators. My heroes, I suppose, can help defend against this. There's a... Oh, it's Horgar. Okay. Let's hit their back line. Hessian is back. Okay, so that helped. They don't appear to be rebuilding anymore. That's, again, really, really important. So now I think that means that we have an opportunity to take this base. And I'm gonna... I mean, it's funny for me. I don't need it now. But I think eventually I will. Let's go ahead and get another round of dragons. Van Durst may also be permanently out. I don't know. See, why is that guy down there? I'm not telling him to go there. Okay, so no more rallying further up. We can just, you know, back to our front line is fine. If we can't hold this base, I'm comfortable with that. I mostly just wanted to make sure that the Golden Guard are gone. And again, you'd have to dive that last town hall, which is crazy because it's up there with Marin's base. And Marin's defensive force is the craziest thing, and I remember the advice that I got from Shar in the second Human book is you should leave Marin for last. But you can't really leave Marin for last because the other factions will rebuild endlessly, and they're on different sides of the map. Like, this is a huge travel time to go from up here to down here. So even if you destroyed both, one of them will rebuild while you're trying to eventually beat back the main enemy base of Marin. And it's odd to me also that Marin is stronger than Vendurs. But I guess that's because Marin is kind of meant to be like the semi-boss of the map, I guess. Okay, and I will rebuild these towers eventually.
Standing guard.
Heroes, you're looking good. Dragons, you're looking good, and I'm building more of you because it's just what we have to do. The next step now is to start attacking into... Well, we could hit Marin from the bottom, but again, I've learned my lesson from way back when. I need to attack Marin last, because getting into his base is nuts, and the dwarves will continue attacking us. And we have to just kill all of them, because we have to kill the dwarves, the Golden Guard, and Marin's base. And actually, it's not even required... it's actually not even required to keep them away from our other building. They're going to go for it anyway, I suspect, but it's worth a shot just to see if maybe they'll turn around. Again, I don't need this base, but if my towers were set up in time... Okay, turn around, you fucks. What I might do is make a cut here while I wait for this base to get set back up, and then I'll also be using dragons to peck away at the defense of the dwarves up here. Same thing we did all down this coastline here, is look for any artillery, look for any of those super powerful towers, and then I'm just going to get this set up with some towers of my own. We'll spam it, because we can push back those attacks no problem. And I think that's where we're at. Wow, I can't believe this Demolisher survived. And I think that's where we're at the end of the day. So let me grab one more War Mech. I'm not really good at manipulating this air AI, but it's something we've had to do. But I'm only mining off of one base, which is why I'd like to get this set up. Let's get some Witch Doctors up here. And I'll make another Witch Doctor to leave in this base. Because we're going to... I mean, this army should be able to hold back most anything. But yeah, anyway, that's what I'm going to do off camera, because... It's, well, I mean, we're already on 3 parts. It's not like we're waiting that long. But yeah, we're pushing back Marin attacks and Dwarf attacks. I think Golden Guard is officially completely out by killing that castle and any workers, because they're not sending anything else back down here to rebuild. But again, that's really dirty to have like hidden town halls that are even further up and intermingling them with Marin's buildings. Because again, Marin's buildings draw the most powerful group of defense at you, which is that huge amount of air units. And I think I even mentioned, I recently watched my second Human book video of this, not fully, but I skimmed through it, and I think my thoughts back then still kind of hold true, which is this map is really, really focused around air units, which is weird. Because, again, Warcraft aircraft units were meant to be very niche units, not like mass capital ship type situations. Now in this specific situation, that's what we've got going on, and we just don't have good enough anti-air options besides our heroes that can take them down while also being versatile enough besides the mass dragons. And again, I think maybe we're just at a point in the campaign where, mass capital ships of our own might be the way to go. At the end of the Human book, I made mass dragons as well. I'd like to not keep that up per se, but okay, so that's getting built. Not keep up that trend, I should say, per se. Okay, so we're gonna come up here and just start, hit a structure and then right-click out.
Work complete.
Okay, let's get mining here. I feel comfortable that we have some additional units now. Blen is gonna try to attack in here. Please, you better not draw these guys to me. I swear to God, Blen. Okay, there is more artillery. That's not going to be able to hit me on the dwarf side, but there might be some up here. Again, we'll use the dragons to check that later. So let's start poking away at this junk. There is more artillery. We're going to go for that. Okay, acceptable. Yeah, the super powerful tower. Guy who has Starfall, let's kill him first. I don't know if those guys can respawn or what. Okay, so now let's go for this, and then this, and then this. They do have some Griffin Riders in their defensive force. I should be able to kill them, though. Sorry, Blan. These runes, man. Again, sometimes they're hard to see. Okay, go for this. And we just have to very slowly work on it this way. Okay, so now we're gonna make a bunch of extra workers. We're gonna stay here and defend with our heroes for now. I feel comfortable defending against the dwarves with my army, but they're gonna keep derping around. Maybe I have to fly further away for them to stop that, or maybe they're stuck. I don't know. That would be bad. What was that? Oh, that's right. We saw these at the bottom area. This is where the demon lords were in the earlier, in like I think the second human book, in one of the missions where you play as Van Doors. They were demon lords, and as you mine through the trees, it was just these giant resurrecting demons. Now it's just some destructors. Let's kill those, and let me come back and heal real quick before we head back through.
How may I serve?
Haven't gotten attacked by the dwarves for a while.
Work complete. Work complete.
Can't complain about that. Well,
Work complete.
funny that you say that, Jayborino. Ah! Ah! You son of a bitch! Actually the worst. Okay, you guys flee. Okay, let's back away. In a way, I'm glad that he attacked me all in one place. Just buff him up, and as long as we're healing, I think we're fine. Ah! Ah! Why? They didn't like the healing ward? Is that what it was? That has to be a bug. Why does Marin's defensive force get aggravated by a healing ward? That's bizarre. Well, I guess we're never gonna get these towers set up ever. It's just never. It's inevitable that it'll never happen. Okay, let's get these up here. Again, I don't really need to be focusing on killing these things. I don't really know why I am. I'm sorry, taking this base. I don't need this base. God damn, what is going on with his defensive force? It bewilders me. See, and if we run, they'll probably reset. They do, and then they reset. So, note to self, we can't use healing wards because it draws Marin's defensive force to us. Okay, keep fleeing. That's very weird. I could probably focus him and kill him right here. Maybe. My units are all kind of low. Nope. She's surrounded. She's dead. Oh, remember what I was saying about him being just like a monster hero? Okay, so now let's go Red Dragons back up here. Well, we got a little income out of this. See, and if we don't aggravate them, I think they're just gonna... Well, there's the dwarves. Why did they go this way? I'm so confused by what the AI chooses to do. I'm so confused. And I know it's not... I don't think it's really purposeful. I think it's just like... It's just the layout. It's the terrain. It's kind of what was like what happened in 13, which is like the AI chooses to do strange, unintended things. And I think this map was designed to be played in a very particular fashion. And if you don't do it, then it takes, you know, this amount of time. The amount of time that we're currently spending, I suppose. Okay, so I guess what I'll do is... You know, whatever. Golden Guard is gone. That's all that matters to me. I will slowly run out of money eventually, because we are stuck on high upkeep, but we also have 40,000 gold on this. 60% of that, right? So I think I just need to keep using these dragons and making tiny bits of progress against the dwarves so that we can finally attack with a ground force. Once that is done, let's come over here and let's go for this. Once that is done, hello? Why would you stop? He was just floating in midair. Once we can attack the dwarves with a ground force, then we'll be in good shape. But we can't right now. We're not there yet. So. Okay, and then, of course, these things on the high ground protect the dwarves, so we have to take these out. Marin with, like, a marauding force of these flyers. Okay. It's all right. We'll make this work. Don't. So, he's got another altar somewhere where Van Doors will come back from. Our heroes are back. Heal up our dragons. Again, I sort of feel like I could probably hold out here for as long as I needed to, but I'm not happy about it. You know, now I'm leaning towards going for Marin first. I don't want to, but the dwarves seem so much harder. Actually, I mean, Marin is the worst, I should say. And, oh, and he's right here. You know what? I'm going to. Why is he? He's like, it's almost like he's suiciding into me. And we're at full, yeah. I think we go for Marin. He's got like this giant nuke as well, which is nuts. Get back here, you son of a bitch. Everybody come on down here. He's fleeing like a coward. You're a coward, Marin. I want you to know that before you die. Okay, keep going. All of you, come on down here. Yeah, these are Marin. So we're gonna clump up at the bottom of Marin's ramp, and then we're gonna heal before we try to go up there. Again, I was advised, don't attack Marin before you kill the other two factions, but frankly, I don't really see another way. And I'm not sure what's really aggravating him. Again, like, something is drawing him out, but I don't know what that is. And he's just, like, trickling his units out towards us. And that's what I mean, like, the AI, I think, is not acting as intended right now. And I think that's partly a function of the layout of the fortress, but it's hard to tell, because we had some wacky problems when we played Second Human Book 2, but not, I don't think, to this extent. Okay, so let's do this. Wardens, just inner fire, please, instead. Okay, so what we can do is use the dragons to maybe snipe the altar where Marin comes from. That could make a huge difference if we can get that done. Okay, I need my dragons hitting flame towers. There's the anti-air group. We need heals up at the front. We need a roar. Okay, go for the flame tower. Marin is back, but I'm confident that we can kill him properly. I'm gonna use Grella's ultimate. She's right in the middle, that's okay. Okay, let's keep going, and I'm gonna rally up Bloodhounds, Champions, more Witch Doctors, because I lost all of mine. If we can kill him here, this is big. I mean, I didn't think I'd be able to get into this base. All right, let's get rid of his production. Grella's still channeling her ultimate, man. It's killer. We had a doubled up dwarf attack. Frankly, I think I have to just go for the win here. Heroes get up to the front. I hate. Okay, we have to just focus fire these really powerful things.
Oh no!
Bloodhounds try to help us. We have more towers down here too. Okay, now we go for this altar. I don't have any healing. This was probably a little too aggressive. Ah, the dwarves are here too. Just some of those towers that are up there really killed me. This is, I think, the last place where Van Doors can respawn, so let's fall back. We did make it into this base. I'm sure he's going to rebuild, but we made a lot of good progress. So let's back up and clean this all up. Again, if the dwarves didn't attack us in 2 different locations, once again, it feels like they share defensive forces, which is probably the most frustrating part. Is the enemies all, like, they come to each other's aid. And in a way, like, you think, oh, they should. The problem is they never normally do that. And it's really, again, it's egregious. What a great way to describe it. All right, we need witch doctors. We rally here. We're very slowly trickling out all of our gold. What I don't know is how fast Marin will rebuild this stuff. He's got 2 more workshops up there. But I think we just do that again. We got to rebuild what we've got. All right, the ogres did a great job on the front line, so we're going to rebuild those. And in fact, I'm also going to get an overlord.
Someone call for the doctor?
I did.
You seek me help?
Okay, okay. Dragons, 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 and then an overlord. Get out of here, please. Okay, heroes are back. We still have some shield bearers. Our front line isn't really what's lacking. It's our back line. Let's go, marauders.
Are we being invaded? Making sure.
Let's clump up so that as soon as we have enough energy, mana, we can heal up.
How may I serve?
And that worked. Again, I needed to keep my witch doctors a little bit further back so I could continue healing. And instead, I decided to dive a little bit. We had to get rid of these awful turrets, and then we push in again. We get this town hall. There's a dwarf town hall up here too. Yeah, see that the dwarves, they would do the same thing. I really, really disagree with the layout here because again, you could have 3 defensive forces clumping up. This was the same issue in chapter 10 that I found was a problem. Everything I'm building is coming out of the bestiary, which is not good. Thank you. I'm glad you found that on the web, phone. I don't understand. Every time I record it, it picks me up. I gotta just turn it off. I never, ever use my phone to be like, hey, will you look this up for me? Never. Okay, red dragons. Maybe we just dive in and we go for the castle. This is what I was trying to avoid was sniping with red dragons, but I'm not above it.
Trust in my
Let's get everyone back down here.
The goddess agrees. Make it fast.
What is your
My concern is once again the dwarves will attack us while we're away, and I think we just need enough towers again. But we're you can notice that we're struggling a bit with gold, so we kind of have to make this. We have to make this work, like, now. So if we destroy Marin's base, then we can safely take this bottom base as well. And the dwarves should be relatively easy to clean up, especially if we do it from the other direction. Now, of course they're coming to attack me with a Horgar. But, again, it's just sort of like we have to just kind of...
Get on with it.
We just have to kind of make a run for Marin. So let's do exactly that first. Let's quick save. Let's move our heroes up this ramp.
Standing guard
In a way, we should just, like, walk them up there.
for the truth.
How may I serve?
Don't do that. You can ignore that.
Town is under attack. Ready for battle. We're under attack.
Okay, so let's clump up over here.
We must act. Leading the way.
Once again, we have Grella's ultimate, so as long as we keep her in the back.
Make it fast.
Okay, get some healing wards in the front and in the back. Just walk past these guys? Jesus Christ. Okay, looking good. You guys stay back. You guys get up the ramp. Yeah, you guys got to stay over here. Shout. And then debuff. I'm going to use her ultimate. Looking good. That confuses them. lay down a forward healing ward. It looks like we got it off, which means we need to build more witch doctors. It's hard to say that we'll survive this right here, so we got to make shield bearers and rock golems and whatever witch doctors. Okay, let's berserk. And we're currently dealing with the dwarven attack force, or the dwarven defensive force as well. Because there's Zarin. Okay, Pocket Factory. Let's change you, Petchin, into your super powerful form or whatever. He's doing a good job. Okay, we're going for just go for the town hall. You know what, no, kill Zarin real quick.
Speak your mind. Leading the way.
Petchin just attack this. Dragons attack this. Petchin refuses to attack what I asked him to. There we go. Alright, target this down. We can kill the workers. Let's see if this works. Okay. Worker. Okay, so I think that worked. Now we flee. I don't think I saw any additional workers. Marin is gutted. I don't think he'll rebuild. I don't think so. He has more workshops. But yeah, the way that these three factions are all intermingled in the back is it's not it's not balanced or fair design in any way. It really disallows the player from being able to really get in there. That's why, unfortunately, Mass Dragon still continues to be the easiest strategy without a doubt, because we would just, you dive in, you snipe something, you flee, maybe you save some of them, whatever. But now we're going to have to do that with the dwarves as well. So now I'm going to start making cuts. Because as you can see, I'm getting kind of short on money. I have to make sure that we can actually complete this. And, oh my god. Please! I guess I should have just pushed that one dwarven attack back first, but,
Trust in my command.
there we go. Alright. So, let me make a cut. Kind of get back to where I was. Maybe Blen will give me some visibility on what's left in this base. In theory, nothing should come out to stop him except for the pre-placed stuff, which he should be able to kill.
God is like my
Keep healing. Did they not just attack? Oh no, wait, these are... No, that's Golden Guard, okay. Again, I have to see if Marin has been... is rebuilding or not, because that kind of colors what I'm gonna do next. See, I think this is his farm. These are peach farms, and nothing's coming out to stop Blen. So I think Marin is actually out, and we may have enough gold to just barely finish this at this point. I don't know. How much is in this mine? Still 30,000, and we can sit in no upkeep for as long as it takes. My heroes alone can stop the dwarven attacks, especially if there's nothing else. So yeah, let me make a cut, and I'm just gonna wait for gold, rebuild a bunch of stuff, and yeah, unfortunately, the conventional way to beat this map is just, there are too many things, I don't know how to really describe this. There are too many fail-safes on the side of the AI, but I'm honestly not really clear on what the purpose of them is.
I'm all geared up.
If that makes sense. Like, there are fail-safes to stop the player from, I guess, sniping with dragons, even though sniping with dragons continues to be the easiest way to win. I can't tell if these destructors were already there and they just weren't killed. Blen actually may be able to kill both of these. These elites, just attack the farms, dude. Okay, so yeah, let me make a cut, and we should be able to finish this when I come back. Okay, I was waiting for this dwarven attack because I would like to attack on the back end of this. I do have this base set up now with some towers. And let's see if we can kill Zarin. I am still getting the occasional destructors that are coming to attack me, so I think Marin's buildings might still be active, but he's gone and his defensive force is inactive, so I think this is solid. So what I'm going to do, I've rebuilt my army,
What is nature's time?
and now we're going to, again, move up into here and try to finish this up. Now, we're going to draw the Dwarven defenses into us if we're not careful. And by not careful, I mean it's inevitable. So let's just be aware of that and try to push them back. So let's run on in here. And what I'm going to do is use my dragons initial. See, yeah, they've got a nice big group here. Let's take these destructors out. Give me some health there. And then back up. Y'all don't need to be attacking that. Whoa, that guy's like way up there, isn't he? Okay, so naturally, we have to kill this stupid thing. Then we gotta back these guys up and fight them under our healing towers. Move all of our heroes up. All of you get in there, except our witch doctors. You can stay back. And we have to take care of what's left. I'm gonna use her ult. Let's shout. Just use everything, because if we win this engagement, I'm pretty sure we have won completely. Okay, she's getting hit pretty hard, but not enough to make me concerned. Okay, one altar down. Let's get this last artillery. There's Zarin. We have to kill these remaining workshops as well of Marin. So attack this, and then this, and then this. Okay, and we are somehow in no upkeep. I mean, I know how we're in no upkeep. It's just a lot of shit we have to deal with. That's why we're in no upkeep. Okay, now I think we did it. We have to just try to get our reinforcements up here. Witch Doctors. Let's get an Ogre Magi. More Maulers. Okay, now there's definitely not going to be any more Destructors. Heroes going down. I still think this is the most effective path to attack, for sure. So now we'll back out. I'm going to make another cut while I rebuild this. Again, we have income. One way or another, we have income. So we're going to make a bunch more dragons. And then once again, continue to just try to smash our way through this. Again, Marin and Golden Guard are 100% out. So again, just bits and pieces, we'll keep trying and we'll make it work. Okay, once more with feeling. We are trickling money away, so we have to attack and use this cash. Otherwise, it's all wasteful. So let's get in there. I am maxed out. I have some extra ogre units, which should help us stand up to the front lines of the dwarves. Again, these Marin structures, I don't think will draw the. No, the dwarves are coming, even though we didn't directly attack dwarven buildings. I don't know, man. All right, throw this down. Give me a shout. That'll help. Yeah, you can finish that up, buddy. Now, heroes, I'd like you to get up to the front. I'm pretty sure, like, now that those destructors are actually gone, I think there's really no way for us to get screwed this time. I mean, I keep saying there's no way for us to lose, but it's just the constant time-consuming factor of it. Okay, you guys just keep staying back, please. I need you all on inner fire. Okay, and then dragons, I need you hitting these ridiculous flame towers. Okay, and then let's grab marauders. Let's grab just regular gnolls. This is not the time to be diversifying for silly reasons, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay, those are done. I think that they're mostly cleared out, so let's kill this castle. You all kill this silly... There you go. Then you all can back up. Kill those extra strong things. There we go. We've finally done it. Let's also get more witch doctors just in case. Let's heal up a little bit. Give me a roar so we can clean this up just a little bit faster. I don't think I may have lost one dragon in this attack. There we go. So that's like the dwarven safety castle that's been destroyed. I don't know. I figured attacking from this direction would be easier, but it seems just as challenging. I can't believe we're going to finish this with barely enough money in the bank to have finished it. That's wild.
Standing guard.
Okay, so let's get down the ramp. Everybody just move down here. Want to attack the altar? And all of you gonna go ranged. Oh, they all did right away. That's great. Okay, and then witch doctors, you'll get up here eventually. Just keep throwing down some heals. Petchin, let's morph you. I'm gonna head on over and go for this altar. If their heroes can't respawn, that's it. It's over. And that's what it's all about. Here, Grello, why don't you just give us a W? Alright, any other altars? No. So it was either attack them from the high ground down or the bottom up. So, and both didn't really seem ideal. Look at the Kasserkin. Good job, guys. Every little bit. Alright. After a lot of toil and trouble, we've won. And it's interesting because I'm pretty sure my thoughts on this are pretty much exactly what they were in the second human book. And that's probably because this is pretty much the exact same map. It did feel slightly harder, which is interesting because the Dominion faction is definitely stronger than the faction we had at Skardon. So I don't know, maybe I was just playing more focused or better, just straight up better at that time. Yeah, let's kill these workers. Oh, man. Oh, man. No. No, he lives. He lives. I would like this Overlord to stay alive. Okay, Knowles, go ahead. They've got pillage, too. Perfect. I was thinking about I needed to back up and kill this eventually. The piercing damage really not doing it for me against the fortified armor, but whatever. Don't tell me he still died. I mean, I guess this faction is still building stuff, so it's not a free win at this point. There's no more static defense, so I can just rally straight into the base. I still want an Overlord, please. Let's get some Huntresses. They can help finish this up a little bit faster. Sure, make Harpies. Whatever. Trying to rebuild an altar, I say nay. Get him, Petchin. Take this. And this. I need him just attacking buildings. Okay, now we're actually in cleanup mode. I kind of felt we were in cleanup mode after we had killed the first base, but no. Again, getting up either of these ramps is, I mean, first of all, I mean, it's all incremental. I said this from the very beginning. Getting into this base, getting just partially into this base was tough. Then actually destroying it and getting set up was also hard. Then getting just up through the first gate, because there was a hero that was sitting there, and there was a ton of artillery that was, they're like, flanking her and making sure that we couldn't properly take her. Then, getting up either this ramp or this ramp were nuts, and it seemed like no matter which one you went for, they would rebuild such that you couldn't attack the alternate side safely, because they would consistently rebuild endlessly. So that was interesting, and so that's why I ended up, I dove in order to stop that. But, you know, it worked. I guess this extra building damage from Petchin is helping out. Did I ever read the... The Golden Guard has managed to defeat King Gardon's army, forcing him to retreat. While this victory has weakened the Golden Guard, did it really, though? Their walls are still strong, and their armies would rather die than let the Dominion have the Purificator. The Orcs have to defeat them so they can capture the Purificator and decide whether to destroy or attempt to use it. So we may have a choice on whether to use it or not. That's an interesting idea. Maybe that might be like an interlude decision. It might be one of those like button decisions. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, that does it. It's the last barracks. They're trying to build out of this too. Like what? It's interesting how these factions don't deactivate as some of the other ones did once we wiped them out. All right, so let's head on over here and finish up this junk.
I'm all geared up.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, this map really just, it requires a lot of persistence and patience. That's the only way I could describe it. It's just wild, the amount of again, incremental progress you have to make. So it wasn't quite like the last mission, which was, you know, like perpetual progress. This was very much like hurry up and wait. Make a tiny bit of progress, reconsolidate. Make a tiny bit of progress, reconsolidate. Over and over and over and over and over and over again. And eventually we cracked it. They're all dead. That's satisfying. The Golden Guard really didn't feel like that much of a problem besides the rebuilding. The dwarves felt a lot worse, and of course Marin, who is like the strongest hero I've ever seen in this entire game. A very interesting machine. Petchin, are you sure we can use it? I think it may be better just to destroy the damn thing. The Dominion does not need to rely on such weapons. Under other circumstances, I would agree with you, Okri, but the threat of the demons is too big to turn down such a possibility. Very well, Petchin. I will leave the Purificator to you while the rest of us build new defenses. We will have to be prepared for the demons. Oh, dear. Okay, this is interesting, again, because it seems like there's a choice on whether to use or destroy the Purificator, and we may see that at the beginning of the next mission. The only reason I'm thinking that that's going to be interesting is because it was mentioned several times, right? Marin said, you know, if you use this, it's just going to blow up. It's not going to work for you because you're too stupid. Obviously, he thinks we're stupid. Petchin seems like a smart guy. It said it in the flavor text of the mission objective, though. That's the biggest clue for me. Let's see if we can find any clues. Because anytime I notice the mission flavor text, the objective flavor text, always has important little Chekhov's guns inside of them. So that's why I think it may be important that we consider maybe not using it, though I don't know for what reason. Maybe it's going to be like, the epilogue will be like, now that Amari has gotten a taste of power, she uses the gun to destroy everything. Or maybe because we've had a consistent level of friendliness with the humans, or as friendly as we can be, I guess, perhaps it'll be more like, because Vanessa was there to temper her crazy nature against humans now that she had the Purificator, it all worked out fine either way. So it might be a weird combination of stuff. I'm very curious. But anyway, I'll consider this when we go into the next mission. Or is there an interlude? There's no interlude. Warriors of the Dominion next time. So yeah, again, I think my feedback is almost the exact same as it was at the end of the second Human book. The difference here was that we had a stronger faction, and yet it still took as much time to get into these bases as possible. And the sad thing is it's not that I necessarily find it overbearingly challenging like I did Mission 13 before it was fixed. Mission 13, I felt, even when it was fixed, was challenging. This map is less challenging and more just arduous, and it's really hard for me to pinpoint exactly what the difference is, but there's so many little factors. One, huge reliance on really tanky, giant air units that can outrange you. I think the fact that you have to constantly be dealing with that, even when I learned how to manipulate the air AI, it didn't work exactly how I had hoped it would, and really wasn't that useful. And it's interesting because I played this mission like 3/4 of the way through and then decided to restart it after I had talked to Shar in between videos, and he's like, oh, you should use this strategy for the air units, because I figured I'll have to make dragons and leave my heroes in the base so that in one space with the towers so that we can kill the destructor attacks and the prides of humanity. And then I thought, okay, well, no, we'll do it more conventionally so I can prove you don't have to use dragons. And in trying to prove that you shouldn't or need to use dragons, I learned that you should just use dragons, which is the unfortunate part. But I think it was more a function of the terrain and also the AI function at the very end with the setup in Marin's base. Those town halls and altars hidden in the very back were very sneaky, dirty tricks that I felt weren't purposefully there to say fuck you to the player, but I think they inadvertently were a big fuck you to the player. In the ways, I mean, I don't even really have to go through it again. Also, a very, very odd bug that I noticed with healing wards, like trying to defend that leftmost gold mine where the destroyed Golden Guard base was. Anytime I put a healing ward down, it caused Marin's defensive force to come out and try and kill me. Very, very odd. I have no idea what could cause that, because as far as I can tell, that group was not meant to leave that base unless you attacked a Marin building. And we were not. We were actually pretty far back defending our gold mine, and he would come out and try and kill us. That, again, that one was... I wouldn't include that in the inadvertent fuck you. It was a fuck you, but I understand it was entirely unintentional. and obviously a bug. Whereas the way that the buildings are set up in the back by the Marin base and the Purificator, that, again, it feels like it was set up in a way to be like a fail-safe so that the AI didn't fall too easily, but it went way too far. The pendulum swung really far back the other direction and made it so that the Dwarven defensive waves stacked up with the Marin defensive waves. The Marin defensive wave is the hardest defensive grouping I've ever seen in all of Arkain or all of Warcraft 3, to be honest. So, I mean, it's because of the giant capital ships and then Marin himself. And then the fact that you could get the dwarves on top of that was just way, 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 way overboard. And again, possibly not intentional. I think I understand what was trying to be done with that, but it just didn't really work. I don't remember how I did this in the second human book, to be honest. It was pretty wacky. I'll have to go back and check because I did skim through some of the videos earlier today. All right, this has been a long post-mortem of this mission, but alas, we did it. We persevered. Patience, perseverance, and consistency. That's how you do this mission. And we'll head into Chapter 15 next time. I don't know if this is the last mission or the penultimate one. We will find out, I suppose, when we finish it. All right, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye now.